that are preventing you from actually losing the weight you want to lose. Today, we're going to talk all about this lie that we so often tell ourselves, that we are too old to lose the weight, or I'm over 40, or I'm over 50, or I'm over 60.
Or I'm over 70, or I'm over 80. And we're here to tell you that that is a lie that you might be believing, because we have had people in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s that have lost weight on our 10-day weigh down.
Yeah.
So that is a lie.
And so, we just really thought, if you're new here, welcome. We're Ruth and Casey. We're a mother-daughter team. We do videos twice a week, whether they're live ones or uploaded ones, all about healthy Christian living with an emphasis on Christian weight loss. And we're just in the midst of this mini series about lies that you might be believing on your weight loss journey, because we know that so much of a weight loss journey is a battle of the mind. In fact, like, the whole thing is a battle of the mind.
We have to be working on our mind 24/7.
Yeah.
We even need to pray before we go to sleep and ask that we would have a restful sleep, not waking up thinking about food. There's just so many things that our mind does that gets us off track. It makes us start to doubt. It's like the serpent in the garden where, did God really say? It's like, can you really lose the weight now that you're 40?
Yeah, or 50 or 60. Yeah, we just get in our heads about all of these things. Like the last couple that we did, oh man, now I'm not even gonna remember. Oh, we did one lie about genetics and how I'm just genetically predisposed to be overweight, so that's it for me. There's so many lies that we believe on our weight loss journey. And ultimately, we've got a couple verses we want to share with you today. And one of them is that we reap what we sow. Galatians 6 verse 7. And you probably know the verse, right? Like, a man reaps what he sows.
Yeah, do not be deceived. God is not mocked, for you reap whatever you sow. And that doesn't have an age limit on it.
No, it doesn't.
So right there, you know that myth has been dispelled. You reap whatever you sow, and there is no age limit. So you can be a child, you can be a teenager, you can be a young adult, you can be a mother, a grandmother, a great-grandmother, and you're still going to reap what you sow.
Yeah, exactly. And so, the thing about so many of these lies, though, that makes them complicated, I think, is that we believe them because there's been elements of truth to them in our past. Right? Maybe it has gotten more challenging to lose weight as you've gotten older. We're not saying that it's not challenging.
That's right.
Right? And it might get more challenging as we get older because our bodies change.
Yeah, our metabolism slows down.
Our hormones change, right?
Those are scientific facts, but that doesn't just mean that you're not going to reap what you sow.
Yeah.
If you reap healthy habits, you're going to, or if you sow healthy habits, you're going to reap healthier life. That's just a fact.
Yeah, that's how the world works.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so you might have struggled to lose weight since you turned 40 or since you turned 50 or whatever the age is. So, there might be elements of truth to these lies in our heads, or these myths, or same thing with the genetics. When we talked about that one, it's do genetics play a role? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's not the final say.
That's right. They definitely play a role. We know that. And if you haven't seen our video about that, go just Google, search genetics, Ruth and Casey, and that video will come up. Go and watch it. The other one that we did was, why should I lose weight? And why should I lose the weight? I'm just going to gain it back. And so if you're worried about that, if that is your lie that you're telling you, Google, do a search, and
you should just go to our page and then go on the live tab.
Yeah.
And then you can see all of them there.
Yeah, so go and watch those if those are the lies that are bothering you.
But this is a big one we hear a lot about age.
Oh, it is. It's oh no, I'm 40, I can't lose weight anymore, or I'm 70, I can't lose weight. You know what? We have had women in their 80s do our plan, and they have lost the weight they wanted to lose. So we know that there are things that can, I'm going to say prevent weight loss. If you're on a certain medication that says you're going to gain weight, well, then probably it's going to be more of a challenge to lose the weight. We know that. We're not blind to these circumstances or these challenges that are arising in your life. However, there are things you can do to better your health.
Yeah.
And eating healthy is one of them.
Absolutely. And so that's like, these lies are complicated, right? Because same thing with the, like, I'm just going to gain it all back, so why bother trying lie. It's the same thing. That's probably happened to you in the past because it's happened to us in the past. So it's easy to believe that lie in your head as just like the gospel truth forever and ever moving forward, because maybe you have done that in the past. But what we have to do, I think, is like, A, lean on what the Bible says.
Yeah, use the wisdom from the Bible.
Exactly. And B, we have to actually look at what we're doing. We have to take responsibility for the actions that we are doing to see why those things are happening, because it might have happened in the past. And if you continue those same behaviors going forward, it's going to happen again. But it doesn't have to be that way. And I think that's really the key to all of these lies in this series we're going to do, is like, we have choices to make, and those choices change what happens in the future.
We
right?
have to take ownership for our own actions, is what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
And unless you are willing to do that, then don't expect to lose the weight.
Yeah, or expect to gain it back as soon as you go back to your old ways, right?
That's right, because we have to take ownership. We have to alter some things in our lives. We have to get rid of the unhealthy habits. And yeah, you might say, well, I mean, we always say one unhealthy meal isn't going to make you gain all the weight back.
Yeah.
But if you continue down that path and you keep thinking, oh, it's just another one unhealthy meal, you have to stop that way of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
You have to think, what can I eat that's healthy?
Yeah. Or how can I implement healthy habits going forward so that that doesn't happen, right?
How can I tweak this recipe to make it healthier?
Yeah. I'm just reminded growing up, my dad always would say, because this is what his dad always said to him, there's always a way. There's always a way to get through a challenge. There's always a way to like get to the other side of the valley. There's always a way, but we have to do the work to get through it, right?
Yeah, and that reminds me, were you done?
Yeah, go for it.
That reminds me of Joyce Myers, because she went through a terrible upbringing, and she'll say, God didn't remove me from that. He took me through.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what we have to do with a weight loss journey, because if you're struggling with the weight and you know that you're unhealthy because of your weight, then you have to go through, he will take you through the journey. Mm-hmm. He's not going to just instantly say, oh, 100 pounds gone. No, that doesn't happen. But he will walk with you through the journey, and you will reap what you sow.
And there's always a way.
Yes.
But we have to be willing to do what's hard. And in a weight loss journey, somehow we just don't want to do what's hard.
Yeah, like it's so easy to cave. It's so easy to give in to our temptations, because our temptations are strong. But the more that we are strong, the easier saying no gets.
Mm-hmm. And the easier it gets to just get back up and carry forward making healthy decisions, right? Yeah. Like I just got back from a week-long holiday yesterday, and as you all know, when we're on holidays, like life is different, right? We eat differently. It's just
have
different.
Some junk food.
Yeah.
That's holidays.
When you're laying by the pool all day long, it's just a different life, right? And so you do different things. You eat out more, whatever, right? Like it's just different.
But it doesn't mean you have to overeat.
Well, that's a huge one.
That's right.
It doesn't mean we have to overeat. And it also means that when we get back to our real life, we have to get back to our healthy habits. And we shouldn't just like throw them all out the window when we're on holidays. Like I made sure that we had vegetables in the fridge. There was fruit there. And like we have to monitor, even for my kids, how much sugar they're having, how many chips we're having. And like we have to do that. And then when we get home, like we got home yesterday and we were tired, let me tell you. It was like 40 degrees, which is the equivalent to like 102 or 103, 104. I think, for the whole week. And we were outside by the pool like all day for a whole week. So we were like tired,
exhausted.
Let me tell you. And my kids were like just in crash mode because they were so tired and just done from the heat. But we got home, and an hour later I said to my husband, I have to go to the grocery store. Because we have to eat some healthy food. Like we have to, that's going to help us feel better. That's going to help rejuvenate us, give us the energy back, get us back to feeling good. And we're going away again on Saturday. So I'm like, whew, too tired to do that today. But
but the point is, like even in the heat, like you have to give your body the nutrition that it needs. Doesn't matter where you are, whether you're at home, whether you're on holidays, whether you're out with friends, your body needs good food. And we reap what we sow. So
go ahead, sorry.
In the heat right now, like we had a family reunion this weekend, and like quite a few people got like heat exhaustion because it's so hot. It's 104 degrees where we live. And you might think, oh, you're in Canada, it should never get that hot. Well, let me tell you, ladies, that where we live, it does get this hot in the summer, and we have a big, long stretch of it. And right now we're in forest fire central again. Like the fires are all around us, and it's scary. And it's so easy to say, oh, I can't exercise because there's smoke outside. You know, it's so easy just to say, oh, I'm just going to eat this because that's what I feel like doing. Oh, I'm not going to walk because it's too hot. I've been getting up at 6 in the morning to go for a walk because I know I need to walk and exercise. Like, you got to take ownership for your life.
And I think that's actually what I was going to say. The verse says we reap what we sow. There's action there. We do the sowing.
That's right.
And that's the taking ownership part. Like, what is it that you are sowing in your life? What seeds are you sowing? Are you sowing overeating, gluttony, junk food,
too much sugar,
not taking care of your body, not getting enough sleep, not drinking enough water,
not getting out and exercising, or not exercising even in your home on a YouTube video? There's so many exercise videos you can do in the comfort of your home.
Telling yourself that you're too old and you can't even, why even bother trying?
Yeah, I'm over 40. Oh, actually, I'm over 60. I can't lose any weight, so I may as well just eat whatever I want.
Yeah, and
Yikes.
So what are you sowing? Like, that's the question you have to ask yourself today. Because if we are believing these lies, the thing is they become the truth. Because what we believe has this way of like working itself out into the truth. And think about it. Like, your thoughts create your actions, your thoughts create your feelings create your actions create your results. So if you're telling yourself and thinking and feeling like, I can't do it because I'm too old, well, then how do you think you're going to act? You're not even going to get up and try. And then your results are not going to show up. You're going to stay the same, or you're going to gain weight. And so these lies that we believe have a way of working themselves out into our actions, which ultimately create our results.
Absolutely.
So, boom.
So there's our rant for today.
So check the seeds that you're sowing in your life right now and be honest with yourself. And it's hard to take a look sometimes at that because we don't really want to look that deep. We don't want to dig that deep.
And we're lazy. We don't want to work that hard. We don't want to do the hard thing.
We don't want to say no.
You don't want to get down on the floor and do push-ups, or you don't want to exercise. It's just too hot. There's always an excuse. But we have 5 points here that are about our mindset on this myth of I'm too old to lose the weight. But
tell us if you're here watching in the comment section. Say hello. Let us know you're here, because we see there's a few of you here. Let us know what you think about
do you think you're too old to lose the weight?
Yeah, and is that something that you're struggling with in your head?
Yeah, because I think it's okay to say first names because there's lots of people with first names. I'm just thinking of Donna. Some of you might know Donna, but Donna worked with us and she was over 80 and she lost the weight that she wanted to lose. So it's just like, it might seem mind-blowing to you that it can actually happen for you, but it can happen for you. You're never too old.
Yeah.
In fact, we're only as old as we think we are. It's all a mindset. Let's get our mind into aging gracefully. I mean, I know that's a whole like cliche, but it's true. We have to I'm getting older, you know.
Aren't we all?
Yeah, we're all getting older at the same rate.
We don't want to be, maybe, but...
So, hi, Lynn. Glad that you're here with us.
We are.
And is this a lie that you believe? Like, are you too old to lose the weight? Or do you believe you can lose the weight?
Because I want to say, like, when we look at the analytics of our YouTube channel, we have women watching. Like, I think 99% of the people that watch our stuff are women. Well, I know that. I don't think that. According to our analytics. And we have people everywhere from the ages of, like, it shows us the age range of the people who are watching. We have everywhere from 20 up to, I think that
80s.
Yeah, not very many past the 74 mark, but I think it goes like, 20 to 34, 35 to 49, or however it does the increments. We have people in every age category. And so,
and in lots of countries.
yes.
And so whatever country you're in as well, you might have a different
lie
lie
or cultural
difference. Even with aging, it might be different. You know, so in Canada, it's like, it really is. Oh, I'm just too old. I can't lose the weight. My metabolism has slowed down. I just can't do it.
Yeah.
And it's like, yes, you can do it. In Canada, you can still go out and exercise. In Canada, you can still eat healthy. Oh my goodness.
I know. And I think we said in a video a couple weeks back too, another thing I think we have to think about and spend some time thinking is like, oh no, I lost my train of thought.
Okay, well, while you're thinking about that, I want to say we have 5 points that are kind of mindset points about this whole myth about growing old or getting older and you're just never going to lose the weight because you're too old. It's harder when you're old. This is the mindset. I'm never too old to learn new habits. This is embracing a lifelong of learning. That's what we have to do. We have to be able to think outside the box, think different than the norm of, oh, I'm so old, I'm never going to lose the weight. No, we have to embrace a lifelong learning and growth mindset. And that is, I'm never too old to learn new habits.
And I think that's where I was going, is like, we have to take the pressure sometimes off the losing weight. And if you think about instead, if you have this lie going on in your head that I'm too old, instead of saying I'm too old to lose the weight, you could start saying to yourself, I'm never too old to treat my body well.
That's right.
Like, you're never too old to make healthy decisions for the sake of your body. And so sometimes when we take the pressure off the scale too, and like it doesn't always have to be about lose weight, lose weight, lose weight. You might want to lose weight. It might be healthy for you to lose some weight, but that's a byproduct of the healthy habits that you're going to start sowing, right? Like, the weight loss is the product of what happens. It's the result, right? You don't like eat something and like, how am I trying to say it? Like, it's cause and effect, right?
Yeah.
Like, we do healthy things. We eat less food, we eat less junk, we eat less sugar, we drink more water, we eat more vegetables. And then the effect of that is weight loss.
And feeling so much better.
Yes.
And there's so many non-scale victories that come by treating your body like a temple.
Yes. But we have the input and the output, I think is what I'm trying to say, right? The input is the stuff that we have to do if we want the output of weight loss. It's cause and effect. And so if we start thinking of it as though it's creating healthy habits instead of losing weight, we're never too old to treat our bodies well. We're never too old to do healthy habits. We're never too old for that.
So I think what you're saying is approach weight loss or healthy living as an opportunity.
Yes.
That's what we want to do. Just think of, wow, I have the opportunity to treat my body well. I have the opportunity to eat healthy. I have the opportunity to go for a walk, where many people don't have any of that. Like in third world countries, they don't have the money to go and buy the vegetables or the fruit or to go outside in safety and go for a walk.
Yeah, not like we do here.
Yeah, so this is an opportunity for you. So that's the number one, is embrace lifelong learning and a growth mindset. Number two is to focus on your health, which is what you were just saying, not your weight. So you were talking about number two, which is...
Got myself ahead of myself there.
Which is, here's the mindset. My goal is to improve my health and well-being. That's our goal.
We're never too old for that.
No, never too old for that.
No. And even if the lie keeps spiraling on and on in your head that you're too old to lose the weight, then start saying, my goal is to improve my health and well-being.
And then celebrate your improvements. Like, be proud of yourself for treating your body well.
And you will reap the rewards of that, right?
Yes, you will.
Yeah. Okay, the third one is we got to value progress over perfection. This is something we haven't talked about very much for a long time. And I think it's that's another big lie that we might need to talk about, is like, if I can't do it perfectly, then I'm not even going to try.
I'm going to ditch it all.
Yeah. And this is not a journey of perfection. Let me tell you,
No.
I have lost 150 pounds over the last 5 years between 2 pregnancies. There wasn't even one perfect day. Okay. And so this is not a journey of perfection.
No.
We have to let go of our expectations on ourselves of perfection. because that just keeps us totally stuck, totally unwilling to try because we know we can't do it. And so we've got to start looking at progress.
In fact, the mindset here is small steps lead to significant changes, and that's progress.
Exactly.
It's a small step. Just think of those baby steps. Yeah, exactly. And hi, Stephanie. Welcome, welcome. You caught us live.
Woohoo! Glad you're here.
We're talking about reaping what we sow and taking ownership for our health. And the lie or the myth that we're talking about, this is a lie, is I'm too old to lose the weight. That's the lie. Because
we're young spring chickens.
And so are you. Okay.
In fact, I just have to say, just made me think about this. My kids have been very into the game Old Maid, if you know that one.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
They
don't want to be the old maid.
Well, one does and one doesn't. The little one thinks it's so fun to be the old maid. The old one gets mad when she loses, and so I keep telling her that the winner is the old maid or the loser is the whatever, however I'm saying it. You're either the old maid or you're the young chick. So we're all just young chicks, Sometimes we might feel or look like the old maids, but we're just the young chicks. We got to tell ourselves that.
That's right. So here is point number 4 of changing our mindset on this myth. And here's the mindset. I am capable of adapting and thriving at any age. I am capable of being flexible, of adapting. Our bodies are resilient. We're very resilient, and we need to believe in that. Believe that you can be resilient. Wow.
But even thrive.
Yeah.
Do you believe that you can thrive at the age you are at? Because I think that's when a lot of us don't believe that.
No, that's another lie.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we can. We reap what we sow, right? It all comes down to reaping what we sow. And we have another verse for you, so you got to stick around to hear at the end, because this other verse is going to tell you how you're going to do it. So
the 5th and final mindset point that we need to talk about is we have to surround ourselves with positive influences, because there's so much negative stuff out there, and there's so much, it's not even negative, but there's so much marketing coming at us everywhere we look about eat the junk, eat the thing, do this, do that. You're going to lose the weight fast if you get on this diet, and you're going to it's everywhere. And it just does that.
It makes us spiral. And it doesn't matter what store you go in, what food store you go in, the junk is all in front of you. And as you go to the cash register, you're passing it all. And for some women, it's very hard to walk by that without grabbing something.
And, we just are constantly bombarded with the next, newest, most exciting thing. We were just actually talking this morning about, we had an email from somebody, a great email, and she said she found us, she found our plan, and then she got distracted by another diet or another fad. And we hear that so often from women. And so we were kind of chatting about it, and it's we get sucked into that too, right? Because there's this allure of quick,
easy,
and you can try something new and it's gonna work, and right? And we don't want to do the slow, steady, simple thing that works, because we're drawn to all the flashy things. We call it shiny object syndrome.
Yeah.
And so we
so
have
true.
to stay surrounded with the right messages, with positive influences, because the stuff that drags us down is everywhere you turn. It's even in your own cupboard when you open it, because you've got the junk food there, right? Eat me, eat me, eat me. That should just be the marketing message on stuff. Eat this, eat me. I taste good.
Yeah. That's shiny object syndrome. That's what we call it. And it's so true. It's we see this spark, and it's I want to try that. I want to do that. I get sucked into it too. And because we are in this, doing this as a job, we get bombarded with this kind of stuff. And it's sometimes I'll watch these webinars, and I'll go, oh, that would be cool if that worked. Maybe I should order that.
Yeah.
And it's give my head a shake. What am I doing? We know that we reap what we sow. We have to just keeping on with knowing that if we put in the work and the effort into treating our body like a temple, we will reap the rewards of weight loss or healthy living.
Well, and the thing is, all of those fad diets, you probably will lose weight faster, but when you do it that way, you're going to gain it all back plus extra.
It doesn't matter what you do. If you're doing a fad, you're going to gain it back. And the statistics show that you're going to gain more than you had previously been. You know, the stats say that you're going to gain 3 pounds, about 3 pounds for every diet you try.
So I think we go off that and we go off so hard and we binge so hard and go back to our old ways so hard that it's like we lose control completely.
And that's why women want to ditch it all. So that is a really a good thing that we need to talk about. But here's the mindset. Surround yourself with positive influence. And here's a saying. I am supported and encouraged by my community. If you don't have a community, well, then make this your community. You know, in fact, we do have a YouTube membership that you might want to join.
Yeah.
That can be your community. It's only $5.99 or $6.99 a month.
Yeah, depending where you live.
So just do something. Have positive influence around you. Maybe it's going to be one accountability person that you're going to be chatting with every day. Like if you have an accountability partner, you need to be communicating with them every day. That's your community.
And you're probably going to build a pretty cool friendship too if you do that, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So those are the 5 mindset things. Embrace lifelong learning and growth. Focus on your health, not just the weight. Value progress over perfection. Believe in your resilience and adaptability, and surround yourself with positive influences. And like you said, we have one more verse that we wanted to talk about. So why don't you go ahead and share that one?
Okay, this is all about, remember, this is the myth. I'm too old to lose the weight. I just can't do it. That's a lie. It's a myth. You can do it. And Isaiah 40 verse 29 says this. He gives strength to the weary and he increases the power of the weak. So if you're feeling like you're too old, then you're probably feeling very weary. And the scripture says he gives strength to the weary. That means he's going to give you the strength to make the right decisions, to do hard things, to take ownership, to take responsibility for what you put into your body, for how you treat your body. And he increases the power of the weak. If you're feeling weak because you're aging, you know I'm not as strong as I used to be. Sometimes I think, I just can't do it. I should be doing this, but I just don't feel it anymore. Well, he gives us the power that we need to do the hard things. You don't have to be like you were 20. Sometimes like my husband says, we have to act our age, not our shoe size. So we do need to sometimes just think, well, maybe I can't do that anymore, but I can still do this. We can still be resilient. We can still do certain things. And the more we do it, the better we're going to be able to do it. And we're going to be able to increase in what we're doing. So it's just a total myth. I can't lose weight after 40.
Yeah, it sure is.
So let's be encouraged because scripture is the wisdom that we need in our weight loss journey. And so if you're feeling weary, go read Isaiah 40:29. In fact, write it down. Get it up here because he will give you the strength you need today.
Amen to that. So if you are here and thinking to yourself, I can't lose weight because I'm too old, we really would encourage you to find a verse, whether it's that one, whether it's we reap what we sow, whatever the verse is that's going to like claim that truth over yourself in your own head, or you should say it out loud actually. Like find your verse, whatever it is, and get it in here.
Because it's a promise. It's not just a saying. It's not just a quote. It is a promise.
Yeah, exactly. And so we would highly encourage you to do that. I look rested today. Thank you, Stephanie. I just got back from a week of holidays, so I guess that's a good thing. But holidays with small kids are like just doing life in a more difficult spot. But we had a great time. It was great.
And you do look rested.
Oh, thanks. There you go.
She's a little more tanned.
That probably helps.
Oh, thanks, Stephanie. She loves my hair color. Well, I'm aging gracefully. It's all natural.
There you go.
In fact, my hairdresser just told me this last week. Wow, you got some really nice blonde spots in there. And I said, that's what the sun does. So Stephanie, we're really hot where we are, just like you are. It's over 40 degrees here, 104 degrees Fahrenheit, 40 degrees Celsius. And it's fire season again. There's lots of smoke in the air. And, you know, we could just have this excuse, oh, we need to stay in. We can't exercise. It's smoky.
Actually, you know what I saw? Somebody on a reel I saw the other day, and it's so hot where she lives too. So she has a dog that she has to walk. She was walking her dog in the parkade of her building.
Yeah.
Like just around in circles in the parkade. And I thought, good for her.
Well,
like,
you know what I did twice this week? Casey was gone, so she doesn't know this. I went to I get up early. I get up at 6 and I have to be walking by 7 in order to be out of the heat, because it's even by that time it's like you're drenched with sweat. It's so hot. But I went to Costco and walked around Costco. I just did the loops, the aisles over and over for half an hour.
Yeah, that's a good place to do it.
I know.
And there's so many people, they'd never know.
No, I did
Nobody
3
would think
kilometers
about
in
it.
Costco.
I was gonna say you could grab a little snack. It's almost like
it's
almost like a marathon, right? Where you would grab your water on your way by, except it's
That's right.
snacks. Don't do that. Not if you're trying to lose weight. That's not gonna help you out. Oh dear.
So let's take ownership. Let's take responsibility for our own actions, because we know that we reap what we sow.
Amen.
So how are we going to end this today?
Good question. I don't know. I think we better say, remember that you are a beautiful woman chosen for greatness.
And we believe that you can do it, even if you're aging. So love you. Talk to you soon.
See you next time.